Okay, ladies and gents, so what's going on here? Welcome back to another football video here, and today I'll be doing my Africa Cup of Nations 2023 qualifier predictions. So anyway, starting off here with this Group A, we have Nigeria, Sierra Leone, Guinea-Bissau, and Mauritius. Now, for number one here, I'm going to go with Nigeria here. I think they are, without a doubt, going to take the first spot in this group. And for number two, I'm going to go with Guinea-Bissau. I think Guinea-Bissau will take that top two spot as well. And for number three, I'm going to say Sierra Leone, and for number four, Mauritius. And then for Group B, we have Burkina Faso, Cape Verde, Togo, and Eswatini, if that's how you pronounce the country's name. Now, for number one here, I have Burkina Faso claiming that number one spot. And for number two, I think it's going to be between Cape Verde and Togo. But if I had to pick here, I'm going to go with Togo here. I think Togo can claim that number two spot, which means that Cape Verde, I have them finishing third in the group, and Eswatini, I have them finishing fourth here in this group. And for Group C, we have Cameroon, Kenya, Namibia, and Burundi. So for number one, I have Cameroon winning this group here just because, A, Cameroon, they still are a really good team besides Nigeria in Africa, and I think without a doubt that Cameroon will claim that number one spot. As for number two, I think it's going to be a very interesting battle between Namibia and Kenya to see who's going to claim that spot. But if I had to choose here, I'm going to go with Kenya here. I think Kenya will claim that number two spot, which means I have Namibia finishing third and Burundi number four. And for Group D, we have Egypt, Guinea, Malawi, and Ethiopia. But for number one, I have Egypt winning this group here. And for number two, I think it's going to be anybody's up for grabs between Malawi, Guinea, and Ethiopia as well. But if I had to pick for number two, I'm going with Guinea here, and I have Malawi finishing third and Ethiopia number four. And then we have Group E here between Ghana, Madagascar, Angola, and the Central African Republic. So if I'm being honest here, for that number one spot, I of course have Ghana claiming that number one spot. I mean, Ghana, they've been doing really well recently on the international stage right now, especially, with them being able to pull off a crazy away goals victory over Nigeria in the qualifiers. I think it's safe to say here that Ghana, they without a doubt are going to claim that number one spot. And for that number two spot, I think it's going to be a battle between Madagascar, Angola, and the Central African Republic. But realistically, out of all those teams here, I'm going to go with Angola here finishing second in the group, and Madagascar third, and the Central African Republic fourth. And then for Group F, we have Algeria, Uganda, Niger, and Tanzania. So for that number one spot, I'm going obviously here with Algeria. And as for the number two spot, I think that Niger is going to claim that number two spot. And for number three, I'm going to go with Uganda, and for fourth, Tanzania. Now right here, we have a super fun Group G here between Mali, Congo, Gambia, and South Sudan. And who I think is going to claim that number one spot here, I'm going to go with Gambia here, just because obviously you saw how Gambia played at the Africa Cup of Nations tournament. I think that without a doubt, Gambia were the team that surprised a lot of people here in this tournament, and I realistically think here that Gambia have the best chance of being able to claim that number one spot here in this group. Like, I am truly convinced here that Gambia will definitely be able to have a shot at the number one spot, so that's why for number one, I'm going to go here with Gambia. As for number two, I'm going to go here with Mali here, so I have South Sudan finishing third and Congo finishing fourth. And for Group H here, we have Ivory Coast, Zambia, Comoros Islands, and Lesotho. So obviously Ivory Coast here, they've already qualified for the tournament since they are the hosts. But if I had to pick here, I think that Ivory Coast still will finish number one in the group. And for number two here, I have Comoros finishing second here, which means that Zambia, I have them finishing third, and Lesotho number four. And for Group I, we have DR Congo, Gabon, Mauritania, and Sudan. Now, me personally, I think that Gabon will finish number one here in this group. And for number two, I have the DR Congo finishing that second spot, which means that for Sudan, I have them finishing third and Mauritania fourth. And then for Group J, we have Tunisia, Equatorial Guinea, Libya, and Botswana. So for number one here, I'm going to go with Tunisia here, and for number two, Equatorial Guinea here, and I have Libya finishing third. And then for Group K, we have Morocco, South Africa, Zimbabwe, and Liberia. So obviously for number one, I'm going to go with Morocco, and for number two here, I'm going to go with South Africa here. It would be fun to see South Africa qualify for the tournament. I realistically have South Africa finishing second. And for number three, I'm going to go with Liberia. And obviously for Group L here, we have Senegal, Benin, Mozambique, and Rwanda. So for that number one spot here, I think Senegal will definitely clinch that first spot. But for that second spot, I think it's going to be a battle between Benin, Mozambique, and Rwanda. So if I'm going to be honest here, for that second spot, I'm going to go with Benin here, and I have Mozambique finishing third here in this group. So realistically, those are my predictions here on how I think the qualifiers will go down here. If you guys enjoyed this video, make make sure to drop a like, comment, subscribe.